Welcome to Official History World, where history comes alive. Explore the events, empires, and people that shaped our world. Subscribe and be part of our journey through time.
Welcome back. In this video, we are going to be talking and covering the North Africa campaign in World War II, from the timeline to the summary and the overall importance of the different battles. The North Africa campaign was from 1940 to 1943, and it was the battles in World War II for control of North Africa. After the 1940 victory by Italian troops in Egypt, the Italians were driven back into Libya by British troops. German reinforcements, led by Erwin Rommel, forced the British to retreat into Egypt after the defense of Tobruk. In 1942, the British under Bernard Montgomery counterattacked at the battles of El Alamein and pushed the Germans west into Tunisia. In November of 1942, U.S. and British forces under Dwight D. Eisenhower landed in Algeria and Morocco, then moved east into Tunisia. In May of 1943, the Allies, advancing from east and west, defeated the Axis forces and forced the surrender of 250,000 troops. In 1941, Germany, led by General Erwin Rommel, also nicknamed the Desert Fox, dispatched the Afrika Korps to North Africa to support the struggling Italian forces. Rommel's leadership and innovative tactics made the Axis forces a formidable presence in the region. Over the course of 1941 and 1942, the front lines in North Africa shifted back and forth as both sides made gains and then suffered losses. Battles at Tobruk, El Alamein, and Ghazala were pivotal engagements in this phase of the campaign. The turning point came in 1942 when British General Bernard Montgomery led the 8th Army to victory at the Second Battle of El Alamein. This battle halted Rommel's advance and began the Allied counteroffensive. Following this defeat, the Axis forces began a gradual retreat westward, and the Allies, with significant American support, pursued them and captured key cities such as Tripoli and Tunis. By May 1943, the Allies had effectively cleared North Africa of Axis forces, marking the end of the North African campaign. The campaign's success paved the way for the invasion of Italy and later the liberation of Europe. It was very important for several reasons, but here are some of them. It was crucial, and it was crucial for a testing ground for military leaders like Rommel and Montgomery, who would go on to play key roles in other parts of the war. Number two, the campaign provided valuable experience for the newly formed U.S. Army as American troops fought alongside British forces. The defeat of the Axis forces in North Africa helped secure the Mediterranean, making the subsequent invasion of Italy and the Southern Europe campaign possible. And finally, it marked a significant shift in the balance of power in North Africa, with the Allies gaining control of key territories in the region. Overall, it was a very important part of World War II, and it played a pivotal role in the eventual defeat of the Axis powers. Here's a little of how the timeline looked. The Italian invasion of Egypt took place on September 13, 1940 through December 10th of 1940. Operation Compass took place December 9th through February 9th of 1941, and this British-led operation targeted Italian forces in North Africa, leading to the capture of thousands of Italian prisoners and a significant shift in the campaign's momentum. The First Battle of El Alamein took place on July 1st, 1942 through July 27th, 1942. This was the first major clash between British and the Commonwealth forces of Rommel, and this battle ended inconclusively. The Battle of Ghazala took place May 26, 1942 through June 21, 1942. The Axis forces, led by Rommel, defeated the British 8th Army and captured Tobruk. The Second Battle of El Alamein took place on October 23, 1942. General Bernard Montgomery's 8th Army decisively defeated Rommel's forces, which, as I said earlier, was a huge turning point in the North Africa campaign. Operation Torch took place on November 8, 1942. This was where American and British forces, led by Dwight Eisenhower, landed in French North Africa opening a new front and further isolating Axis forces. The Battle of Kasserine Pass took place on February 14th of 1943, and this was a series of engagements in Tunisia where inexperienced American forces faced German forces. It was a learning experience for the U.S. Army. The Battle of Medellin took place on March 6, 1943, which was a British victory against Rommel's forces in southern Tunisia. And finally, the final Allied offensives took place from March 1943 to May 13th of 1943. The Allied forces, both British and American, advanced westward, capturing key cities like Tripoli and Tunis, ultimately securing victory in North Africa. These battles and campaigns were the major turning points. Of course, there was different engagements and smaller ones in between, but these were the key battles and engagements in the North African campaign, which led to the eventual defeat of the Axis forces in the region and went on to play a huge role in the outcome of World War II.